And you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African. Yes, massive wagwan. I'm Gerald, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice.
Bringing communities together around the world. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Mastermind. Every time I feel can't do no different. Swear it out for win. That's why we try again. Every time I feel, cause God always I listen. One day I have to win. That's why I try again. Tell me, working hard when I still struggling. Minimum wage can't cover my bills. Somebody tell me how I'm gonna live. They might complain, but we're not giving. I'll do it now, sure. Only me and God know how my day go. Oh, me have to make a bad level. I pray all my mom forgot the place and guess me, Tamisha first starter. When we don't stop, we used to hear their laughter. But true, you say I can't have a master. Everything is in my phone, do me a bone. Yes, it's free. That's why every day my OD. Just a bit of girl from the east with a dream. I shoot for the top and me go bring you a team. Every time I feel, can't do no different. Swear we are for it. I will try. Every time I feel, cause God always I listen. Then I have to. That's why nobody else knows. Just one balance. Mentally no. What's stopping myself so I don't. I don't like that. Just no life I rock. No, but keep on pushing my don't be so good. Even when I try to stay on the way, crosses them won't see my grave. If I see I can't come to nobody when we get home. Your blessings on me, that's why. Every time I feel, can't do no different. One day I have to win, that's why I try again. Pray that every time I feel, can't do no different. Swear my heart for one, that's why I try again. Show us your body. We have to try again, cause we have to win. We have to try again, cause we have to win. East side of win, and can't stop a thing. Yeah. Came out myself, twinkle.
Greetings and salutations, massive all the way to Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio, and you're listening to.
Yes, a very good warm afternoon from the 254. Hope you guys are doing. Happy Friday to everyone listening to me on the radio station, on TikTok, on the website, and also everyone live with me on both the YouTube channels and on Twitter. Karibuni sana Friday one more time, and I hope your week has been fantastic. Hope May is driving you amazing so far, and I hope you're looking towards nothing but just amazing, beautiful things ahead of the month. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time, but of course to all our amazing listeners and subscribers back to back, you know who I am and you know how we do it. Today we shall be talking, rather extending the discussion we were having yesterday about the US claiming or trying to say that they shall be going to revise their relationship with Chad. And that is after a few weeks ago, we saw that Chad did demand the withdrawal of the US troops from their country. And that is after them joining the Alliance Sahel state, which is actually making amazing, massive changes. But something is actually disturbing me, because we know, and that was actually 2 weeks ago, where we witnessed also Russia actually arriving in Niger. That is the Russia military group, or the whatever group you want to call them, they did arrive in Niger. But apparently they are claiming that they did, or they have been placed. That is where the American troops are. This article, the one that I bumped into, the US claims that they still are in contact actually with the Western juntas. The wonder, is this true, or is it this where we see again the mainstream media always coming up with false information and trying to rekindle the relationship that Africa is trying to break? That is our major conversation for today. So stick till the end of the show and catch up with much more of what is coming also from DRC Congo, where we know that actually resources and the rest of the world has been benefiting, but not Africa itself has been benefiting for so long from the African people, including mostly the DRC Congo. We've seen many cases being taken forward. We've seen Apple, Tesla, most of these companies Google accused of exploiting the Congolese people. And we saw recently also Apple being there was a lawyer who wanted to represent DRC Congo and take the case in front. But of course, this is not going to happen because we saw recently the Supreme Court did actually withdraw all the charges that were accused, or rather what we had, all these companies that were accused, the tech companies being accused of exploiting DRC Congo. But I have an article I want to read, and of course, this also happens to be along with the M23 rebels still taking massive control of these particular regions. We shall also talk about what is happening in East Africa in terms of floods. We've been discussing about this the whole of the week, so if in case you've been missing out, check out our previous, including Tubonge Show, including Pan-African Bliss. I've been debating on this, and also news by Dimore is been talking about this. We shall also talk about, has actually said it's ready to offer additional assistance. And every time you see aid, which Museveni said, it is always for the Western benefits and the Western power, not the African people. On this, Karibuni sana once again, and of course we shall extend much more on what is coming from most of the African countries right here in the on the Black of Fire Network radio station. My name is Joby once again, in case you're here for the first time, and I began amazing jam. That was the one and on Kingdom, and of course personally, I love me some Jada Kingdom winning all the time, and that is what I'm wishing for every one of you. Once again, we shall be getting back to one more banger. This is by Danny. I wonder why he's not released a jam. He's supposed to drop a jam today, and I don't know what's happening. But anyway, much more coming right here on the Black of Fire Network radio station. Featuring, this is Danny Intronics, Beatty featuring Isam Gavi and Tuli.
Steady, we see me step, ready, drip, ready, wash, doggy, baby, and now he talk it, and now he talk it, and now he play, crazy, I'm gonna step, feel God, steady, we see me step, ready,
hey, crazy, I'm gonna step, my feel God, shedding his skin, a cheeky boy. Crazy, steady with the back on the zone. Heavy, to be the magwada to me wrong. Gana, tadani me toka kusana. Steep sana, jovile manzeni na pana. Zia pana, kidane kitu namba. Pana, tabidi me sana. Bada za pegi mecheza na beti, zangu na saka na tasha. Kila wakati kuwasha, kana pandisha mizangu mashasha. Kani yo majina kata pasta.
Yes, and my cut off today. Refocus, readjust, restart as many times as you need to. Just never give up, and that has always been my motto for. Just never give up. You are a weak person if you give up. Actually, you're very weak. You need to toughen up. Like I did. Toughen up, manze. The world is not for the softs. The world is not for the weak. You need to be tough. Especially with the reality that we don't know. Once you discover the truth, you need to be even more tougher. When you know you've been fooled all your life, you just need to be even more tougher. At religion is a lie. At education is a lie. In a lie. Politics is a lie. I mean, the music industry we don't even control. Mainstream media, it's a whole lot of package.
Wezi shuku wana kuonga pedi za kijani ya kiseti nataka tupige kifendi shughuli ya kitinda malboro shade imefungwa na pepa ya fenzi imani itapitishwa raundi mlena hawezi kushuku mcheshi na seti kwa public ndai imesundwa kwa parking vile beti ufanya nga business kusafisha utadhani ni terrence ukisho kakindi wa nyaru halafu zako zikiraru fear of God topa na jezi ukini step
Yes, that is Betty. That is Danny Intronics featuring Tulia and Isam. I said I was expecting a new jam to be dropped today. I don't know what happened, but we shall be looking forward to that maybe next week and see what's happening. But a quick shout out to everyone joining me on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, and everyone live with me on the website and also on the radio station. In case you are here for the first time and you're wondering how to get connected to all those platforms I mentioned, kindly ensure you have the Blackout Fire Network application, which you can find on the Google Play Store in case you are an Android user. But for you, those who are literally iPhone users, you also have no excuse, because we have down below, and it is the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Stay tuned. Sometimes our content is literally extreme. We take the shows on the web, so ensure that you are connected. Once again, karibuni sana as we get started with today's happening, of course, in East Africa, where we see that the UN chief has extended his condolences, saying that the UN is ready to offer additional assistance. And during this week, actually on Monday, I began with an amazing, was it on Monday? Because we've been having the network, electricity. I think I'm even losing track of the programs and all that. But we discussed this during I shared Museveni's video, and he spoke about the IMF, the World Bank. He spoke about the aid offered to Africa and how it has never been for the Africans' benefit or African people's benefit, and which is a fact. So we see that today we have the UN, and also saw not Museveni, but also William during Labour Day, which was on Wednesday. Also, he talking about it, where the World Bank, the money we've been taking from the IMF, has never been of help to African people. So the question is, why is it that right now, if African leaders really mean their words, why is it that we see the UN having the audacity and the nerve to come and offer assistance to African people? Because if I make my stand as a person, as a leader, I believe that should be respected. I don't know who is you to oppose that, who is you to go against it, but I, as a leader, if I tell you don't do this, I don't expect you to do it. Don't come here. Don't do this, don't do that. But it's crazy to see that what African puppet leaders and how weak they are to be summoned, to be gifted, and to be offered help that we know they are capable of doing. But let me share this very quickly as we get. My internet is kind of messed up. So
footage of him.
For those who are with me on StreamYard, you guys can see. I'm not sure. Let me check on my end, but
Passable roads.
So let me confirm this. Okay.
Footage of impassable roads continue to come from.
Okay, so I'll just allow the video to load probably so we can see the images of the current situation, especially in Nairobi. I shared some of it yesterday. For those who are tuned in, it is getting crazy every single day. And like I said, I'm not sure for how long the rain is supposed to be going. Rumors have it, and taking the warning that Kenya gave last year, where we should not be giving weather updates, rumors have it. So I'm going to just say rumors have it that the rains are supposed to go for the next coming 2 months. That is still July. So I'm not sure how true the facts are. I still remain on that. But right now, they're saying the footages of impassable roads, that is what's being read there, continue to come from places like Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and among other East African countries. Speaking from the New York, that was on spokesperson from the United Nations chiefs, Antonio Guterres, reiterated that the UN readiness to provide additional support to national authority is there. And Stephanie Dujarric also extended Antonio Guterres' condolences to those affected. And I quote what the Secretary General said. Then they said that the Secretary General expressed his deep distress at the news of the hundreds of lives lost and many other affected by the heavy flooding in Burundi, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, as well as other parts of East Africa. The United Nations and its partners are working closely with national authorities to address humanitarian requirements, and the Secretary General stresses that the United Nations stands ready to offer any additional assistance that may be needed during this difficult period. And the Secretary General is extremely concerned about the impact of El Nino triggered extreme weather, which risk further devastating communities and undermining livelihoods. So basically, number one, what we're getting, this is just not the normal rains from like we expected in April or what we expected in April. This is El Nino. That is what we're getting now immediately from the U. If you're connecting the dots, which people have been asking, because I've been seeing this question popping a couple of times from many people. Is this the El Nino that we are being prepared for, and it happened right now, and people are not really ready for it? And the government scanned us when they actually acted like they were ready to purchase motorboats by actually stealing 100 billion Kenyan shillings or dollars. I'm not sure if it is in dollars or Kenyan shillings, but it was 100 billion. So we are actually the fools right here. And again, shout out to Keith if you are in the building and listening. The video he was sharing with us on Wednesday. I love the speech of that white man, being honest, calling people, and this is not just to do with white people or African people, generally, all of us, we've been fooled. We've been having these mythical imaginations and information about these people, which are literally nothing but false information. And this is why we end up being shocked. This is why we end up being shocked, because we believed and actually were sure that the government, when they announced El Nino, majority of us expected it to happen immediately, because that was last year, I think July, if I'm not wrong. And then we had some just slight rainfalls that did happen, which didn't cause so much flooding, but there was a little bit of floods, which was still questionable. Why do we have floods? But of course, we know the answer: poor water drainage, which they don't want to deal with. So we were lied to prepare for something that they knew when it's going to come. They didn't give us the specific time. They knew that these rains in April is not going to be just a normal rain. It's going to be probably very heavy than we expect it to be every season. But they pocketed the funds, because where are the motorboats? Because the UN is literally giving us the answer to what we've been asking. Is this the El Nino? Yes, they have said it is El Nino. But they're also asking, why are the rains so intense? And they're saying that the devastating rains in the region are a result of mixed factors, including the country's seasonal weather patterns, human-caused climate change, as well as natural weather phenomena such as El Nino. In Kenya case, the Indian Ocean dipole, a natural occurring climate system as been cited by researchers, and the IOD is swinging